Canada Dry, the campaign of ginger ale presents a series of programs to advertise the new made-to-order Canada Dry, which you can now buy by the glass at drugstores and soda fountains. This series will feature George Olson and his music, Miss Ethel Chute, the star of many Broadway successes, and that suave comedian, dry humorist, and famous master of ceremonies, Jack Benny.
Thank you, Mr. Thorgerson. That's pretty good from a man who doesn't even know me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack Benny talking and making my first appearance on the air professionally. By that I mean I'm finally getting paid, which of course will be a great relief to my creditors. I really don't know why I'm here. I'm supposed to be a sort of a master of ceremonies and tell you all the things that will happen, which would happen anyway. I must introduce the different artists who could easily introduce themselves, and also talk about the Canada Dry made to order by the glass, which is a waste of time, as you know all about it. You drink it, like it, and don't want to hear about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, a master of ceremonies is really a fellow who is unemployed and gets paid for it. I think you will like the entertainment arranged for tonight, I hope. Of course, I haven't seen any of the program myself, but I've spoken to the artists individually. They seem to think it's awfully good. The first number will be a selection by George Olson and his orchestra. I think this, being our first program together, it is no more than fair that I have you meet Mr. Olson personally. He's really a very charming fellow and one of the few directors who comes to and from his work on roller skates. That's perhaps the silliest thing that I'll say all night, I think. I might add that Mr. Olson is very, very handsome. I told you, George, I'd get that in. But as long as we are both on the air, of course, I won't have to worry about that. Oh, George, come here. I want you to say hello to the folks. Hello, everybody. That was George Olson, ladies and gentlemen. He rehearsed that speech all week. You know, this is really all play with George. He doesn't have to work at all. I might say that Mr. Olson is one of the wealthiest conductors in America. You know what I mean. He owns his own car. Of course, the other boys are in debt, too. George, what kind of a car have you?
A Saxon.
A what?
A Saxon.
A Saxon, huh? Well, it was my fault for bringing it up, that's all. Is it a new one? Is it?
Oh, yes, a very late model.
I see. Well, you must have been in this country a long time now, haven't you, George?
Yeah, say, by the way, Jack, what kind of a car have you?
Me? I have a bicycle built for two. I mean, now, you can't go back any further than that, I think. Well, George, I think we ought to get started. What's the first number?
I beg your pardon, mademoiselle. It's a French number, Jack. Do you like French numbers?
Do I? Mon dust, mon dust. that was swell. And I don't know, you look so important directing that orchestra, with the baton in your hand. I don't know, there's something about all you fellas when you stand there waving that stick in the air. It's thrilling, One thing I'd like to know, George, if the band didn't show up, what would you do with that stick?
Why, I throw it away and do what you're doing.
Always kidding. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present a young lady who is a star of many New York productions, Miss Ethel Chate. You will remember Miss Chate best in Whoopi playing opposite Eddie Cantor. Is it all right for me to mention Cantor's name here? Everybody else does. Ethel, come over and say hello.
Oh, hello.
Wasn't that clever? Oh, she does a lot of things like that. You'd be surprised. And Miss Chate is going to sing for us. She has a beautiful voice, too. She has a sort of a nervous soprano. You know what I mean? In fact, last week she had her nose lifted so she could be heard in Philadelphia. And, oh, by the way, here's a little news for you. Might interest you. Miss Chate is really Mrs. George Olsen. Although I wouldn't go as far as to say that that's the reason she happens to be on this program. Nevertheless, she's Mrs. George Olsen. Such a nice girl, too. I'm surprised that she's married to Olsen. And now, Miss Chate will sing, I Found $1 Million Baby. I still feel a little Frenchy tonight, Ethel, so it's Mon Duck to you, too.
A popular song, anytime or anywhere at all.
Ain't no sunshine, rain or wind.
You never know when it's going to say hello in a very unexpected place.
For example, take your take.
It was a lucky April shower. It was the most convenient door.
He found $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store.
The rain continued for an hour. I hung around for 3 or 4.
Hung around $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store.
She was selling china when she made those eyes.
To find China until my birds up right.
And incidentally, if you should run into a shower,
You step aside a cottage door and meet the $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store. I met $1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store. I love my $1 million baby from the 5 and 10 cent store.
she was selling china.
Holiday night, we'll fly the teapot, look them over side,
Your mind
till the golden teapot. And then the crowd got wild. And incidentally, if you would spend a happy hour, just step inside a cottage door and meet our $1 million baby.
Maybe 1,
Maybe 2,
maybe 3.
maybe 4, and they're not from the 10 cent store.
What a charming couple. And, folks, I forgot to mention that Miss Chate was assisted by Fran Fry. Of course, I'm lucky that I remember anything tonight. You know, folks, all the time Miss Chute was singing, I kept thinking of my girl. You know, I get so sentimental. I really have a girl. She lives in Newark, New Jersey. You know, the girl I go with when I'm in Newark. She's not what you call good-looking exactly. In fact, she's quite homely, but then she can't stay in the house all the time. I imagine you folks have seen her pictures in different magazines. You know, she poses for the beauty ads titled Before Taking. And she comes from a very fine family, although her father very often partakes of the forbidden beverage. It's all right for me to mention that, as they have no radio. In fact, her father drank everything in the United States and then went up north to drink Canada Dry. Boy, I'm glad I thought of that, Joe. You know, the one about Canada Dry? I'm really supposed to mention it occasionally. After all, I owe it to my sponsors, and they might be listening in. Seriously, though, do you realize, folks, that if you want to drink Canada Dry, well, say just a glass, you don't have to buy it in the bottle. You can walk into any drugstore or soda fountain that has that big sign, Canada Dry, made to order, ask for a glass and get it. I know you always have it in your home in bottles, but isn't it nice to know that you don't have to wait until you get home to drink it? Gee, I thought I did that pretty well for a new salesman, eh? I suppose nobody will drink it now. And now, folks, a very stirring number called I Love a Parade, with a vocal refrain by the Messrs. Fran Fry, Bobby Borger, and Bob Wright.
I love every beat, I hear a drum. I love a parade. When I hear a band, I just want to stand and cheer as they come. The sound of a drill will give me a thrill. I thrill at the skill of anything military. I love a parade. A handful of vets, a line of cadets, or any brigade. I love a parade. I love to see the boys in blue and hear their heavy tread. I used to love that Navy band with Sousa at its head. I love a stirring war parade, but best of all I feel the biggest thrill when college boys come marching down the field. That was I Love a Parade, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of a number that grips and thrills you, gives you that great feeling of patriotism, and makes you glad that you're an American. Personally, it didn't bother me very much because I took a nap while the boys were playing it. Now, folks, in case you've forgotten, this is Jack Benny again. You know, the Canada Dry humorist. Hey, I thought that was good. The Canada Dry humorist. I made that up myself, huh?
It sounds like it.
That witty retort was by George Olson, ladies and gentlemen, proving again that he is still an orchestra leader. At that, George has a great sense of humor. Say, he told me a story the other day. Do you mind if I tell it, George? I'll give you credit for it, you know. It's really supposed to be true, too. It's about George's uncle, who had been ill for a long time. He had what you call labor poisoning. You know what I mean? He just couldn't stand working. So his doctor finally told him that he would have to get a lot of fresh air, do outside work, but not lift anything heavy. He told him that at no time was he to lift anything heavy. So his uncle got a job as a garbage man in Scotland. Well, I never heard that one before, but the thing that kills me is Olson telling a Scotch story. I mean, because George, is no centrist himself. In fact, he invited me to dinner the other night, much to his own surprise, and he paid the check with a $5 bill that was in his pocket so long that Lincoln's eyes were bloodshot. That's a fact. However, he will now favor us with that very popular song hit called Paradise. After all, why should his orchestra be an exception?
By this time, I know you're thoroughly bored listening to Jack our master of ceremonies and his alleged Canada Dry humor and telling you all about made-to-order Canada Dry. We also have a product to sell. It's music. And may we show you now just how we make music.
Listen, everyone, we're going to show you how we all make music.
Now, first there's Wally. He sure plays some with two little sticks he beats on his drum. And that's how we make music. Now we have the boys with their violins. Their bows go back and forth when they beat in. And the drums. Now the trumpets play loud and shrill, but when they get going, they'll give you a thrill. And the violin and the drums. The old trombone flies up and down. When he gets hot, he goes to town. And the trumpet, the violin, and the drums. When we want to shiver, a quiver, or a groan, we call upon the boys with the saxophone. And the trombone, and the trumpet, and the violin, and the drums. Please, please. Now, when we want some rhythm, where do we go? Why, it's old Bob Rice with his old banjo. And the saxophone, and the trombone, the trumpet, the violin, and the drums. Oh, the cow is now a little birdie. All right. Now, the next old fella can't be beat. You know him well. It's Piccolo Pete. And the banjo, and the saxophone, the trombone, the trumpet, the violin, and the drum. Okay, Ben Burney, if you like it. That's it. Now we have the piano for cadences and such. All he needs is a very light touch. And the piccolo, and the banjo, and the saxophone, and the trombone, and the trumpet, and the violin, and the drum. So are you, so are you. Now the old bass fiddle plays way down low. He has to get a derrick to move his bow. And the piano, and the piccolo, and the banjo, and the saxophone, and the trombone, the trumpet, the violin, and the drum. Hey, please. Bass, piano, piccolo, banjo, saxophone, trombone, trumpet, violin. Now that's how we make music.
That was cute, George. I mean, babies will like it anyway. And, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the way these boys make music. Now, if they could only play it. Mr. Olson will now play Come West, Little Girl, Come West. And I'm supposed to sing a chorus of this number. And do you know, folks, that 6 months ago I couldn't sing a note. Really, I could not sing a note. But after taking 3 glasses every day of Canada Dry made-to-order ginger ale, I still am unable to sing and can't even sign a note. So the moral of this is drink that champagne of ginger ale, Canada Dry, and don't worry about signing notes. So for want of a better soloist, Mr. Tay will sing, Come West, Little Girl, Come West. I'm going east.
I love to hear a cowboy sing like a cowboy sings when he's blue. Round the campfire on the range when his daily work is through. If I could hear a certain love song, what memories it would bring. I can't forget that love song the cowboys used to sing. The sun will set, the moon will rise, but I want to look in my baby's eyes. Come west, little girl, come west. The breeze will blow, the stars will peep, but I'm too lonesome to go to sleep. Come west, little girl, come west. Oh, don't be pining away, way down here. You know my love here for you will increase. I love the West, it's full of charm, but I rest best in my baby's arms. Come west, little girl, come west. The sun will set, the moon will rise, but I'm gonna look in my baby's eyes. Come west, little girl, come west. The breeze will blow, the stars will peep, but I'm too lonesome to go to sleep. Come west, little girl, come west. Oh, don't be pining away, way down here. You know my love here for you will increase. I love the way it's full of charm, but I rest best in my baby's arms. Come west, little girl.
Hello, everybody. This is Kate Smith, or Jack Benny talking. You see how nervous I am? I mean, not so much because I'm broadcasting, but I think all my relatives are listening in, and I don't want them to know that I'm working. Although I have an older brother that I'm quite fond of. I mean, we get along great. We sort of share everything together. I mean, what's mine is his, and what's his is his, you know. Although this has absolutely nothing to do with Canada Dry made to order. I keep getting entirely off the subject. But don't forget, folks, that you can walk into your neighborhood drugstore, or any drugstore. I mean, after all, I don't care what drugstore you walk into. I'm just the master of ceremonies here, that's all. I mean, if I'm going to have to worry about things like that, I'll have my hands full. But go into any drugstore and order a glass, mind you. Not a bottle, but a glass of made-to-order Canada Dry ginger ale and stagger out. Isn't it funny, the things you can buy today in a drugstore? I went in for an aspirin the other day and came out with a new hat. I imagine the next number will be by George Olson. He's about to make his first appearance on this program. In fact, I'm lucky to get him here at all. This is called Drums in My Heart. And boys, try and finish this all together if you can. We'll see. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the last number on our first program on the 2nd of May. Are you sleeping? I hope you'll be with us again Wednesday. In fact, I hope I'll be here Wednesday. George, so we all hope that we'll be here Wednesday. Well, good night then.
All aboard. Away we go. Get that little lady on the train, boy. All aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are concluding the first program in a new series sponsored by Canada Dry. The ginger ale now available made to order at drugstores and soda fountains as well as in bottles. Canada Dry has presented Jack Benny, Ethel Chuppé, and George Olson and his music. The same group of artists will be with you at this time Wednesday evening. Drums in My Heart from Through the Years is played tonight with the special permission of the copyright owner. This is the National Broadcasting Company. WJZ, New York.
From Hollywood, Colgate Tooth Powder for a breath that's sweet and teeth that sparkle presents the Mel Blanc Show. My lawnmower needs sharpening. I've got to take it to Mel Blanc's Fix-It Shop.
My percolator top is cracked. I've got to take it to Mel Blanc's Fix-It Shop.
Oh, my stocking has a run in it. I've got to take it to Mel Blanc's Fix-It Shop.
My wife's going to have a baby. I got to take her to Mel Blanc to the hospital. Colgate Tooth Powder for a breath that's sweet and teeth that sparkle brings you the Mel Blanc Show with Mary Jane Croft, Earl Ross, Joe Kern, Snooky, Victor Miller and his orchestra, and as the star in his own fix-it shop, Mel Blanc. Now let's pay a visit to the town where Mel Blanc lives. It's like most towns in the United States, except for one thing. It's got Mel Blanc, and that's what makes it a lot different. Well, let's drop in on Mel Blanc in his fix-it shop. It's a bright, sunshiny day, and Mel is busily working away on something.
Well, I sure straightened out that safety pin. Let's see now, what else is there?
Well, good morning, Melvin.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Cushing.
Mel, how come you didn't show up at our last zebra meeting?
Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. Cushing, I'm not very interested in the benevolent order of loyal zebras.
Well, why not? After all, aren't you exalted ruler of the lower level?
Exalted ruler of the lower level. All it means is I'm in charge of sweeping out the cellar. It's okay for you. You're the mighty, supreme, mightiest, exalted ruler, potentate monarch, senior grade.
All right. At our next meeting, I'll see about changing your title. Oh, incidentally, we've got a new password.
Yeah? What is it?
Ugga, ugga, boo, ugga, boo, boo, ugga.
Ugga, ugga, boo, boo, ugga? Well, what happened to the old one? Hi, mocha, si, hungary, heebie-jeebie, alligator, sweet cookie.
Well, you know that new member we got, that 75-year-old Mr. Simpson?
Yeah?
Well, he tried to say it and developed lower plate wobble.
Oh, too bad. I like the old one. I could say it faster than any other zebra. Oh, what do you got in this white box, Mr. Cushing?
In here? Oh, I've got Sally in here.
Oh, isn't it kind of stuffy for her?
Oh, no. No, Sally's the name of my fishing rod and reel. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I never heard of a man calling a fishing rod and reel Sally.
Well, you should hear what I call her when she lets a big one get away.
Looks like the reel is a little fouled up.
Yes, well, that's why I brought her here, Mel. I want you to fix her up. You see, some of the boys at my real estate office have arranged a fishing trip at Lake Minnewasahaha.
Oh, I'm Mocha, si, hungry, heebie-jeebie, alligator, sweet cookie. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were giving me the password.
Well, we've got to be very secretive about it because we've told our wives we're going on a business trip. Now, if they find out we're playing hooky, well, you've seen my wife, Mrs. Cushing.
Gosh, yes, I wouldn't want that to happen to me.
What?
Well, I mean, if she finds out about the fishing trip, she'd be awfully mad, and I wouldn't want that to happen.
Yes, well, that's the idea. Now, another thing, Mel. I want you to go out to the lake and go over Mary Lou.
Who's Mary Lou? Sally's sister?
Oh, no. She's the trimmest little motorboat that ever took to water. I want you to check her from stem to stern.
Aye, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, that's fine. And remember, Mel, don't tell a soul. And if you do a good job, perhaps you'll be made exalted ruler of the upper region.
Well, I don't like cleaning up the attic either. But don't worry about the fishing trip. I won't tell a soul.
That's good. You do a good job, and I'll use my influence to make you a big zebra.
Gosh, thanks. Oh, by the way, when do you want Sally? I mean the fishing rod.
Well, bring it to the corner of Market and Maple at 6 tonight. I don't want you coming to the office or the house.
Okay, 6 with Sally, and after that over to the lake for Mary Lou. Mm-hmm. Sounds like I'm taking care of a girl sorority.
Silly. Oh, by the way, Mel, here's a picture of the boat Mary Lou so you'll recognize her at the lake.
Oh, fine, thanks.
Well, so long, Melvin, my lad. Ugga, ugga, boo, ugga, boo, boo, ugga.
Yeah, ugga, ugga, boo, ugga, boo, boo. Ugga. Ugga, I don't know. I still like Hi Mocha, si, hungry, heebie-jeebie, alligator, have a sweet cookie better. Ugga, ugga, boo.
Hello, nephew.
Oh, hello, Uncle. Say, where have you been?
Oh, I was upstairs conducting my experiments on quantitative analysis with liquids.
Oh, you were experimenting with water?
Water? Brrr, what a horrible word. By the way, what were you discussing with that pompous real estate muckety-muck Cushing?
Oh, he's going on a fishing trip, and he doesn't want anyone to know about it. Imagine lying to your own wife.
Despicable, my boy, but sometimes very necessary. I remember my
I hope I
wife.
never have to lie to my girl, Betty.
Hello, Mel.
Oh, speak of the beautiful, and here she is. Hello, Betty.
Mel, do you know what day this is?
Yeah, Tuesday the 8th of October, and you sound like you're catching cold.
That's right. 5 years ago today, you gave me my engagement ring.
Gosh, it only seems like 5 years.
Remember how all the girls turned green with envy?
Yeah, now the ring is the same color.
Well, anyway, darling, I want you to come over for dinner tonight. We'll make it kind of special.
Special?
Yes, Father has promised to treat you like a human being.
Gee, that will be kind of special. I'll be glad to come. Oh, but,
Well, what, dear?
well, you see, I have an important job to do, and it may take me all evening.
Oh, Mel, and I was planning such a lovely dinner. Fish.
Fish? Oh, well, that's nice, but, well, you see, this is a big job, and I promised...
Well, I guess business should come first.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, honey.
We'll try to drop by for a minute anyhow. Huh?
Yeah, I will, honey.
Okay, bye, dear.
Bye. Oh, darn it.
What is it, nephew?
Oh, Betty wanted me to come over tonight, but I can't. Well, at least it'll make her father feel good.
My lad, you shouldn't kowtow to Betty's father.
I don't kowtow. I mean kowtow to him. As a matter of fact, I'm going over there tonight. And if he says one harsh word to me, you know what I'll do?
What?
I'll listen.
Use Colgate tooth powder, keep smiling just right. Use it each morning and use it each night.
Don't take a chance with your romance.
Use Colgate tooth powder.
How often it happens, you meet a man and you think he's a nice fellow, but what? Well, you hate to say it, but it's that little breath of trouble. I mean, unpleasing breath. And the chances are this chap doesn't dream that a breath of trouble is tagging him, making him unpopular, hindering him in business, spoiling his fun. Without suspecting it, you may be the victim of unpleasing breath. So be on your guard against it. Just do this. Brush your teeth night and morning and before every date with Colgate tooth powder. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. Yes, scientific tests have definitely proved that in 7 cases out of 10, Colgate tooth powder instantly stops unpleasing breath that originates in the mouth. What's more, no dentifrice at any price cleans your teeth more quickly and thoroughly than Colgate tooth powder. Remember to buy it first thing. And remember the name Colgate tooth powder with the accent on powder.
Don't take a chance with your romance.
Use Colgate tooth powder.
Well, Betty is disappointed that Mel can't have dinner with her on their 5th engagement anniversary. What Betty doesn't know is that she's playing second fiddle to a rod and reel Mel is secretly fixing for Mr. Cushing. Right now, Mel has dropped in for a few minutes at Betty's house.
Hello, Betty. I thought I'd drop in for a minute.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mel. Daddy Mel's here.
What did you say, Mr. Colby? Yeah, it is a nice day, isn't it?
You know, Mel, Father was looking forward to this evening. He even promised to go to the movies with us.
Gee, that would have been swell. We could have stopped by for a soda and walked home in the moonlight, sat on the porch and held hands.
I didn't promise anything like that.
Oh, I mean Betty and me.
You know I gave up a date at the bowling alley for this anniversary.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Colby. I know you spend at least one night a week in the alley.
What?
The bowling alley.
Daddy, stop making Mel nervous. Honey, tell me about this big job you've got tonight.
Oh, the job? Yeah.
Well,
I have a date to meet, Willie Johnson about fixing a card table.
why should it take all evening to fix a card table?
Well, after I fix it, we might have to play a few games to see if the table works.
So what are you talking about?
Now, Daddy, let's not cross-examine Mel. Here, honey, here's some chocolate cookies I baked. Your favorite, all wrapped up for you.
Gosh, thanks, Betty. Well, now I'd better go. Good night, Mr. Colby. What'd you say, Mr. Colby? Yeah, it is a nice day, isn't it? Well, goodbye, Betty.
Goodbye, dear.
Betty, come here. Did I hear Mel say he was going to see Willie Johnson?
Yes, why?
That's funny.
I met Mrs. Johnson at the market today, and she said her son Willie is in New York and is going to stay there.
Yes, but Mel said...
I'll answer that. Hello?
Oh, hello, Mel. Your uncle told me I'd find you at Betty's house. Now, just answer yes or no, because I don't want that big baboon Betty's father to catch on.
Oh, okay.
Well, now listen, about our date, we have to change our plans. My wife comes up to work.
Very interesting.
I mean, yeah.
Now listen, my girl will pick you up on the corner of Market and Maple. And don't forget to bring Sally.
Sally? I mean, yes. Anything else?
No, ugga-boo, ugga-boo-boo, ugga. Goodbye.
So that's the way things are.
What was it, Father?
Boy, was I right about that innocent-looking boyfriend of yours. Come on.
Well, where are we going?
Market and Maple. If what I think is true, somebody's going to get an ugga-ugga-boo over his head.
There's Mel over there all alone.
Huh?
Oh, this is silly.
Well, maybe it is. But we'll sit right here and see who he's waiting for. I don't think it will be Willie Johnson. I wonder what's keeping Mr. Cushing. These cookies are good. Gosh, when it comes to sweet stuff, there's only one girl in the world for me.
Oh, yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo!
Are you, yoo-hooing me?
Yes, come on over here and don't be so bashful.
Oh, look, I'm waiting for someone.
Oh, come now. Come on over to the car.
Well, yeah, but,
That's better.
have a cookie?
I'm Grace, Mr. Cushing's secretary.
Oh, and I thought...
Well, I'm not that kind of a girl.
That's good. I'm not that kind of a boy.
Mr. Cushing dropped by at the office, so I'm here to pick up his favorite fishing rod, Sally. Is it ready?
Sure. Here you are.
Oh, yes. And, about that job on the boat, that can wait till tomorrow morning.
Say, that's great. Look, will you do me a favor? Drop me off at my girl's house?
Of course. Get in.
Good. I thought I wouldn't be able to see her tonight. Now maybe I can.
Daddy, did you see that Mel and that girl?
Willie Johnson's getting better looking every day.
Meeting girls on the corner and on our anniversary, too.
Why, that fox.
You mean Wolf?
No fox. They work faster. Children, I'm going to break every bone in that boy's body.
Oh,
Oh, now what are you sniffling about?
I want you to do it. But I love those bones so much.
Gosh, I feel like a heel lying to Betty last night. I promised Mr. Cushing to keep it a secret.
Melvin, my boy.
Huh?
Zookie wants to know if you need him today.
Zuki? Say, that's it. That's what I'm going to do.
What, nephew?
I'm going to send Zuki out to Lake Minnewasahaha to fix that boat. Yes, sir, and I'm going to spend all day with Betty. After all, Zuki knows engines inside out.
Yes, and it's a pity he leaves them that way.
Oh, it's nice working out here on the lake. In the shade of the old apple, in the shade of the old apple, cocktails for two. Hey, I like being on a boat. Yeah, I like the water. This is it, sailing, over the beach, sailing, over the beach. My stomach feels funny.
Well, Zuki. Hello. How are you getting on with that engine? I didn't expect Mel to send an assistant.
Oh, it's okay, Mr. Cushing. Listen, I'll erase the motor. 120 horsepower. 80 horsepower. It's 20 horsepower. One jackass.
Now hurry along. Hurry along. I want the Mary Lou to be right on the beam when the other boys get there.
Oh, sure.
I dream of Jeannie with a light beat. I dream of Jeannie with a light beat. And may all your Christmases be white.
Mel left the shop looking for you this morning, Betty.
Oh, he did, Uncle Rupert?
Maybe that's him now. Did you answer it?
Yeah. Hello, Mel Blanc, fix the shop.
Oh, Betty, this is
Yes. What is it, Zookie?
How'd you know it was me? Hey, will you tell Mel that I did what he told me, and everything's all right now with Mary Lou?
Mary Lou?
Oh, she was ready to blow a gasket when I got here. But now I got her purring like a kitten.
Zookie, are you sure you know?
Oh, yes. Just the same, Mel better come out and see Mary Lou the first chance he gets. Oh, goodbye.
Zookie!
Betty, my dear, what is it?
First Sally, now Mary Lou. How many girls has he got?
Oh, Betty, there must be some mistake.
And I came here hoping I was wrong about him. Well, I never want to see him again. Never. And you can tell him that, Uncle Rupert.
Mel playing around with the women? Why, I'd never have thought of him. Who does he think he is? Me? Where the devil is that lad, anyway? Uh-oh. Here comes Dr. Krabs, that dog doctor. Hello, Christopher. How's the good dog doctor today?
Consultant veterinarian, if you don't mind.
What's the matter with you?
Keep telling you there's nothing the matter with me. Got a catch in my throat. Please, could I have a pan of water?
Look, Christopher, we're having all sorts of trouble. I'm trying to locate Mel.
Oh, I ran across Mel in the park while I was walking my little terrier.
You saw Mel? Where was he going?
You know, I'm worried about that little terrier. She came down with the shingles. How could she have gotten them shingles?
Maybe she had a priority.
That is not a joke. Oh, see Mel fix that leash for me. How'd he do it?
Oh, he just used a piece of tin.
What?
Tin. Like in Rin Tin Tin.
Oh, Rin Tin Tin.
Oh, goodbye.
Uncle Rupert, what are you talking about? What girls?
I don't know, my lad, but you'd better get over to Betty's house right away.
Girls. I don't know anything about girls.
Well, I can't have a man-to-man talk with you now.
Oh, but you know I don't have anything to do with girls. Except for Betty. I love her. So I don't think of her as a girl.
Nephew, I'd better take you aside and have a man-to-man talk with you right now.
Oh, how did I get into a mess like this?
The best thing for you to do, my lad, is pour your heart out to Betty. Tell her the only sin you've committed was that of being a man.
I refuse to tell her any such lie.
Mel,
Oh, Betty, what's the matter?
as angry as I am for what you've done, I had to come down here. You know that silver-handled cane you gave my father for his birthday?
Yes, and he never even used it.
Well, he's going to use it now. He's coming down here to beat you up with it.
Oh, do you realize how much that cane costs? Oh, Betty, this is ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous with Sally and Mary Lou?
Oh, I haven't gone out with girls. Sally is a fishing rod and Mary Lou is a boat.
Oh, Mel, if you think I believe that, you must take me for an idiot.
Yes. No. Oh, look, if you don't believe me, ask the boat. Ask Mr. Cushing. It's his Sally. It's Mary Lou's fishing reel. Oh, what am I saying?
Melvin, here's that picture of the Mary Lou.
Oh, the picture. That's wonderful. Uncle, you saved my life. Look, Betty, this will explain everything. This picture was taken when Mr. Cushing caught the biggest trout of the season.
Huh?
Yeah, that's Sally in his hand, the fishing rod. And you see the name on the boat? Mary Lou.
What? Oh, that's what it does say. Oh, Mel. Oh, Daddy and I thought... Oh, Daddy.
Mel Blanc.
Mr. Colby. Mr. Colby, why are you staring at me like that?
I'm looking for a spot that has the most bones.
Well, stop looking at my head.
Young man, when I get through with you, you're going to be the most horrible-looking mess anybody ever saw.
Well, that's nothing. You always say I look like that anyway.
What? Come here, my boy. I'm not going to hurt you.
No. Oh, you missed me.
Oh, this time. Please.
Oh, Mr. Cushing, am I glad to see you.
What's going on here? Somebody being initiated?
Oh, boy, am I glad you came. Quick, tell Mr. Colby about Mary Lou and Sally before he kills me.
Well, I don't know what all the trouble's about, but Sally is my fishing rod and Mary Lou is my boat, which I asked Mel to fix for me. And a very fine job he did, too.
Well, I'll be... Oh, Mel, why didn't you say so?
Well, I couldn't tell you. I promised Mr. Cushing to keep it a secret. That's what caused this whole trouble.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, Mel, we didn't have to be secretive about the whole thing all along.
What?
No. It seems the trip was something the fellows arranged as a surprise party for me, and my wife was in on it all the time.
She was.
Yes. Mel, why are you staring at me like that?
Put down that cat.
Mel, remember, I'm a zebra. Oh, go.
We'll be back in a minute for a Zookieism. What? You never heard of a Zookieism? Well, hang around.
Use Colgate tooth powder, keep smiling just right. Use it each morning and use it each night.
Don't take a chance with your romance.
Use Colgate tooth powder.
Look, let's face the facts. A little breath of trouble, unpleasing breath, is no respecter of persons. Girl or woman, man or boy, teamster or tycoon, debutante or duchess. All are possible victims of unpleasing breath. Why, even you, though you don't suspect it, may risk your happiness, ruin your romance, even jeopardize your job because of unpleasing breath. So isn't it best to be on your guard, to watch out for that little breath of trouble? My advice is do this. Brush your teeth night and morning and before every date with Colgate tooth powder. For Colgate tooth powder cleans your breath as it cleans your teeth. Yes, scientific tests have definitely proved that in 7 cases out of 10, Colgate tooth powder instantly stops unpleasing breath that originates in the mouth. What's more, no dentifrice at any price cleans your teeth more quickly and thoroughly than Colgate tooth powder. Remember to buy it first thing. Remember the name Colgate tooth powder with the accent on powder.
Don't take a chance with your romance.
Use Colgate tooth powder.
Well, we had quite a time when I tried to pull the wool over Betty's eyes. I hope it served as a lesson to you, Zuki.
Yes, Zuki. Every experience has a moral. Just what did you learn?
Well, I learned that you should always speak the truth. You should always speak the honest truth. You should always speak the truth. Silence is golden.
This is Buddy reminding you that Colgate tooth powder for a breath that's sweet and teeth that sparkle brings you the Mel Blanc Show every Tuesday at this time. Be sure to join us again next Tuesday night for more fun with Mel and the people you'll meet in Mel Blanc's Fix-It Shop.
Say hello to Halo Shampoo for naturally bright and beautiful hair. Remember, even finest soaps and soap shampoos hide the natural luster of your hair with dulling soap film. But Halo Shampoo contains no soap, therefore leaves no dulling soap film. Even in hardest water, Halo makes oceans of rich, fragrant lather, quickly banishes loose dandruff and dirt. Halo needs no lemon or vinegar rinse. Say hello to Halo and goodbye to dulling soap film. Get Halo Shampoo at any cosmetic counter. Remember, Mel Blanc every Tuesday night at this time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
It's the new, the great, the different, the Martin and Lewis Show. The National Broadcasting Company brings you the new Martin and Lewis Show. Our guest tonight, Lucille Ball, and featuring Eileen Woods, Flo McMichael, Dick Stabile and his orchestra, and starring Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis are two young men who, overnight, have become the nation's comedy hit. But let's get on with the show. We take you now to the apartment of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, where we find the boys getting ready, somewhat nervously, to go to the NBC studios for their first radio show.
There's a tree in the meadow with a stream drifting by. Answer the phone, Jerry, I'm tying my tie.
Okay, Dean, there's a tree in the meadow with a stream drifting by. I could never be a big singer like Crosby.
Well, why not?
I sound too much like Dean.
Oh, it must be NBC again. What cowards we are. Why are we afraid to do our own radio show? After all, how big an egg can we lay?
How big? Well, if we took a large hen and got it to hold back for 2 years.
All right, Jerry. All right. Okay. We've been acting like two frightened mice all day. We've got an ironclad contract to do the show. We got to talk to NBC sometime.
You're right. I'm not a frightened mouse. Answer the phone.
Oh, come on, Jerry, you answer it.
Dean Martin, I will tell you why I will not answer the phone. Indubitably, that is a call from NBC. And it is indubitably they want to know where the HECK we are because they are spending thousands and thousands of dollars and money to build a sensational comedy and musical extravaganza around us. And if they think we are that important, why don't they call us?
Jerry, they are calling us. Who else could it be besides NBC?
Well, it could be a wrong number, a quiz show. Hey, a quiz show. They give you money just for answering a few questions. Give me that phone. Hello, 1492 Marie Antoinette and sulfuric acid. Ship the money.
Now, come on, Jerry. We got to get down to NBC right away. Let's go.
Dean,
Yeah?
I'm scared.
Look, we've done all right so far. We shouldn't be afraid. We did all right in nightclubs, didn't we?
Yeah, but those people paid $10 cover charge, so they had to like us. But at a radio show, the audience gets in free, and at those prices, they can afford to hate us. Because there's nothing cheaper than something that doesn't cost very much, I always say.
Indubitably, but come on, Jerry. Get dressed.
Okay, I shall wear my new sport coat, which the man said was good for town or country and just perfect for the beach.
What is it, gabardine?
No, wet sand.
Jerry, you're just stalling.
That's impossible. Stalin's a big man in Russia, and Russia's a big country full of places like Vladivostok. And they laugh. And Dnieper, and he's a big, important man. And if he thinks I'm impersonating him, he'll get mad and come and get me and send me to Siberia. And it's full of ice and snow and sleet. And Dean,
Yeah?
I'm cold.
Jerry, you and I are going to NBC and do that program. What are you scared of? When we played the Copacabana in New York, they laughed at us. When we played the Shapery in Chicago, they laughed at us. And when we came out here and asked for a radio job,
They laughed at us.
they didn't laugh at us. They signed us up. They want us. Jerry, we got to do this radio show. Who knows? This could make us famous.
Yeah, famous.
We could even become important actors.
Yeah, important actors.
Our names in lights, celebrities, stars in pictures.
Yeah, names in lights, celebrities, stars in pictures. I can see it all. Big hits in nightclubs. We're famous. Everybody wants us. Hal Wallace signs us for a Paramount picture. NBC signs us for a radio show. We flop. Nobody wants us. Hal Wallace won't speak to us. Paramount hates us. We spend our savings. We can't get work. We're tramping the streets, starving. We stop and press our noses against a bakery window. Dean,
What?
I'm hungry.
Tell me, Jerry, did Whittaker Chambers ever hide any papers in your head?
Well, it ain't my fault. I don't have my head with me all the time, you know. Ah, let's answer it. Hello?
Hello.
Who is this speaking, please?
Jerry. Jerry, you have to take the phone off of the hook.
Yeah, when did they do that? Okay. Hello?
Why aren't you guys down here at NBC? They're going nuts down here.
Oh, it's our agent.
Well, it's not your maiden aunt in Minneapolis. Everyone's waiting to do the program. You guys are messing up the whole thing.
Now, listen, I can explain everything.
Good. Start with you. Now, listen, boys, don't ruin everything. This radio show means a lot to us. Your careers, my commission.
You think I don't care about the show? I do. After all, I gotta live, too.
I can think of a loophole in that argument.
Ooh, how you aggravate me. Okay, Abby, we'll be right down there.
We can't leave yet, Jerry. I got to rehearse my number. It's a romantic number. I wish I had a girl to sing it to, to get me in the mood.
I'll be a girl if you promise to respect me. Sing to me. I'm a great movie star and a princess of far-off India.
Really? What princess of India are you?
Rita Hayworth.
You're Rita Hayworth? But you're not even on the road to being a princess of India.
Maybe I'm not on the road, but I'm sure following the right alley. See, the idea of this gag is that, well, alley is an alley in the street, see? A-L-L-E-Y. But when you say alley, A-L-I, that's like the prince that is going to marry Rita Hayworth. It's all combined into one joke, and it's so funny, this kind of... Look how they're staring at me. See, Dean? Everybody hates me.
Ah, Jerry, relax. Have faith in me. We'll do all right on the radio show.
That's all right for you to say, but I haven't thought up any jokes to tell the people.
Oh, you'll think of something. What about me? I haven't even rehearsed my song. I don't even know if I'm in good voice.
Well, go ahead, sing. Give yourself a clue.
Oh, you won't be satisfied till you break my heart. You're never satisfied till a teardrop starts. I've tried to shower you with love and kisses, but all I ever get from you is nagging and bragging, my poor heart is sagging the way you toss my heart around. A crying shame, well, I'll bet you wouldn't like it if I did the same. You're only happy, tearing all my dreams apart. You won't be satisfied till you break my heart. Oh, you won't be satisfied till you break my heart. You're never satisfied till a teardrop starts. I've tried to shower you with love and kisses, but all I ever get from you is nagging and bragging, my poor heart is sagging the way you toss my heart around. It's a crying shame, well, I'll bet you wouldn't like it if I did the same. You're only happy, tearing all my dreams apart. You won't be satisfied until you break my heart.
Dean, I know you want my opinion of your rendition, and I cannot tell a lie. It was magnificent. Oh, well. Come on, let's go.
Oh, not so fast. Let me take a look at you first. Stand up. Wash your hands.
Yes, partner.
Wash your face.
Yes, sir.
Behind your ears.
Look, I'm just going to a broadcast. I'm not going to get married. Anyway, what about you? Did you bathe?
Well, of course. I take a bath every day.
You take a bath every day?
Well, of course.
Oh, Dean, I'm so unworthy of you.
You talk like that. What'll people think? When was the last time you took a bath?
In a tub?
Yes.
With soap?
Yes.
With water?
Yes.
Oh, Dean, I'm so unworthy of you.
Oh, let's get out of this apartment and go to NBC.
Who is it?
It's the maid. I have to come in and clean the apartment.
Well, okay, come on in. We're just leaving anyway.
Gee, look at the load of equipment she's carrying. I never saw such a stack of stuff in my life. Here, let me help you before you drop it, miss.
I can put it down myself, thank you.
Now let me help you with the other armful.
Oh, my goodness, just look at the condition of this room.
Huh? What's the matter with it?
It's clean.
Well, that's a break for you then. You have no work to do.
I don't have any work to do. That's fine. I'm the maid, and I'm supposed to clean the apartments every day. And if your apartment isn't dirty, then I don't have to clean it. And if I don't have to clean your apartment, I won't have anything to do for a half hour. So I'll go out in the hall, and I'll light a cigarette, and the manager will smell the smoke, and he'll come up to me, and he'll say, "What are you doing smoking a cigarette in the hall?" And I'll say, "I haven't anything to do right now." And he'll say, "Why aren't you cleaning the apartments?" And I'll say, "I didn't have to clean the apartments." And he'll say, "Oh, you don't have to clean the apartments, huh?" And he'll get mad and fire me and all because your apartment is clean. It's people like you that cause unemployment.
Miss, there's one thing I don't understand.
What's that?
Are you for real?
Miss, we're not trying to get you fired. Do the best you can. We have to leave. Come on, Jerry, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Now what?
There's a discrepancy in the bathroom.
A what?
One of you has to get married. The towels say his and hers, and you're a his and his.
Okay. Look, just put in 2 hisses. That'll fix it.
Oh, it's not as simple as that. If I give you another his, then I'll have an extra hers. And at the end of the week, I'll have 148 hisses and 149 herses. And the manager won't know why there's more herses than hisses because he doesn't know how many he's and she's there are in the building anyway.
Okay, take all the towels out, all of them. From now on, we'll dry on newspapers.
Well, the next thing on my list is dusting. I'll start with the dresser.
Don't touch that bottom drawer.
Why not?
Because that's where I keep my kittens. Hey, not the top drawer either.
What's in the top drawer?
Catnip.
Well, what's to prevent the cats in the bottom drawer from going up to the top drawer and eating the catnip?
In the middle drawer, bulldog.
My, you're odd people.
We ain't odd. We're entertainers. We're Martin and Lewis, and we got a radio show to do in a few minutes.
Oh, you're on the radio. What do you do?
Well, one of us is a singer.
And the other guy's the funniest comedian you ever heard. Tells big jokes, kills the people, gets big laughs.
Which is which?
Well, come on, Jerry. Let's go to NBC.
Stand in line, folks, for the Martin and Lewis show. The line will move inside the studio in a few moments.
Come on, Miranda, stand in line over here. Well, all right, but I don't understand, Henrietta. Who are Martin and Lewis? Well, my goodness, where have you been, Miranda? Well, they're famous. Oh? My husband was the conductor on the train they came out here on, and he heard that the greatest entertainers New York ever saw were Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. Who told your husband that, Henrietta? Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Follow me, ladies. Can you tell me how to get into the Martin and Lewis show?
Oh, stand behind us, young man, and we'll get the best seats. You know, we always come to see these new comedians the very first week, because usually they don't last for a second week.
They don't, huh? Well, you don't know Martin and Lewis. They're the best comedians in the world, and I say that for 2 reasons. Bread and butter.
You know, I'm anxious to see that handsome Dean Martin. You know, Miranda, that Dean Martin's just a whole show as far as I'm concerned. He really has talent.
Now, wait a minute, lady. It takes two to make a team, you know. Takes two to make a team. Martin and Lewis. That's the team. They got to stick together. That's the way it is with any team. Without Fibber, where would Molly be? Without Kaiser, where would Fraser be? And without Earl Warren, where would... what was that guy's name again?
Okay, Jerry, I parked the car. Hey, what are you doing in this line?
Oh, I'm with Dean Martin.
Hello, ladies.
Oh, isn't he handsome? What are you going to sing tonight, Mr. Martin?
I'd like to get you on a slow boat to China.
It's a deal. Get the tickets and I'll meet you at the door.
Come on, Jerry. Let's go into the studio here. Let's go into the studio here, Jerry.
Gee, look at all the people in here, Dean. I'm scared.
Here's Dean Martin. I'm your producer, Mr. Martin.
I'm your director, Mr. Martin.
I'm your singer, Mr. Martin.
I'm your producer, Mr. Martin. I'm your director, Mr. Martin. I'm your leader, Mr. Martin. I'm your singer, Mr. Martin. What am I, the Larry Parks of this outfit?
Be quiet, Jerry. I got to rehearse.
Oh, now I gotta be quiet. You're a big star, a big man. You're too important for me. My tongue got in the way of my eye tooth. I couldn't see what I was saying. You're just too important for me. Well, I don't need a house to fall on me. Goodbye, pal. I won't be a drag on you. I'm sorry it had to end like this. We had a lot of good times together. Even if I always did have to take the ugly ones.
Ah, Jerry. Jerry, your feelings are just hurt, that's all.
Oh, my feelings ain't hurt. I'm happy. I can laugh. I'll never forget you, Dean. You go on without me. And good luck, old pal. I won't ever be jealous of your success. When you're a big star and run over me in your big imported car, I'll still be happy. I'll just lay there and think, gee, Vogue tires. Well, I'll go now. You people don't want me here. I'll be seeing you.
Oh, poor Jerry. Why do you let him go away like that?
Oh, Jerry will be all right. Let's rehearse. And now I would like to present one of Hollywood's most glamorous stars, currently gracing your neighborhood screens in Sorrowful Jones, a charming actress who gracefully combines the talents of a leading lady and comedian.
Now, listen here, Dean Martin. Don't you say anything nice about me, you big bully, you monster. I'll have you know that
Wait a minute. Why, you are Lucille Ball. But what's the matter, Lucille?
Don't act like you don't know. You've got some nerve, Dean Martin, asking me to come down here and be a guest on your radio program after the way you beat up that sweet, adorable little Jerry Lewis. Why, if I weren't a perfect lady, I'd slug you. The idea, beating up that darling, cute lammy pie.
Me?
Yes, you, Dean Martin.
Well, Jerry, hey, where'd he go?
He's behind me, where he'll be safe. He's not going to stay out here where you can knock him down again.
Knock him down?
Yes, and kicking him and throwing dirt in his face and trying to drive your car over him.
I did that?
See, Lucille, he admits it.
Oh, I get it. Jerry told you that story.
Yes, he did. I never met anyone so contemptible as you in my whole life. How could you treat Jerry that way? He's so darling and so cute.
You forgot lammy pie.
Just exactly what did Jerry tell you I did to him?
He told me the whole story. It's incredible to me that you could pick on a little fella like that when you have such a grand physique. When you're so much bigger than he is, with all those great, big, powerful muscles. You big...
Yes?
And the things you called him. It's just hard to imagine names like that being spoken by you. Why, you have that wonderful, soft, caressing voice.
Yes?
Lucille, hey, Lucille!
Will you stop tugging at my skirt?
I just wanted you to know I'm still here. Lewis is the name. Jerry Lewis, they call me. Don't stop, Lucille. Tell them off good.
All right. You're right. Dean Martin, how could you have slugged poor Jerry when you look so handsome with those soft eyes and long lashes?
Yes?
Hey, Lucille!
Shut up, you little schnook.
Schnook! Me, Schnook!
The idea of telling those awful fibs about this darling, cute lammy pie, Dean Martin. I ought to turn you over my knee and spank you.
Dean!
Yes?
Dean, are you going to stand there and let her talk to me like that?
Yes? But really, he isn't bad at all, Lucille. In fact, he's a very nice guy. In fact, he's a wonderful guy. Why, Jerry's the important half of our act. He's the talent. Why, he's the one who gets all the laughs. He's the one the critics rave about. He's the one the people love.
Oh, what a ham.
Well, it's sure nice of you to come down tonight and help us get our first show started, Lucille. I figured we need plenty of advice here in Hollywood.
Come on, snap out of it.
Dean, I'm sure you're going to be very successful.
Well, how about Jerry?
Yeah, how about that?
You'll see, I'm going to be a big star. When I make my first picture, I'll be sensational. Well, you do think I'll be a picture star, don't you, Lucille?
Why not? Lassie made it.
If you're going to make fun of me, I'll quit the show. I'll give Dean all the money we've saved, and I'll go home and lock myself in a closet, kick my heels, and hold my breath until I die. And if you want to know why I do these things, it's because, listen.
Well, don't get too desperate, Jerry. Look, I've planned a little party for you and Dean after the show. Lots of important people will be there.
Well, that's wonderful, Lucille.
Well, the only thing, Dean, does Jerry know how to act at a party?
Do I know how to act at a party? Why, one time in the back room of a barber shop...
Jerry! Hold it.
You see what I mean?
Miss Ball. Miss Ball, Mr. Martin. I would like to inform you that Gerald Lewis, when attending a social event...
It's too close to the paper. What do you want?
Miss Ball and Mr. Martin, I'd like to inform you that Gerald Lewis, when attending a social event, always conducts himself with complacent, elegant simplicity, utterly devoid of ostentation.
Jerry Lewis, where did you get words like that?
Don't ask me. I'm just as surprised as you are.
Gee, I hope there's a girl there for me. Lucille, I like him about my height.
Well, let's see now. Betty Grable will be there.
And, of course, I like him about my age.
Uh-huh. Well, Ann Blythe will be there.
And I like him to be of my intelligence.
Sorry, Margaret O'Brien can't stay out that late. Jerry, I hope you understand. I've invited important people. People of refinement, breeding, culture.
Don't worry about me. Refinement and breeding and culture pour out of me like sweat off a horse's neck.
Lucille, don't worry. I'll guarantee Jerry.
Well, I don't know. I'm afraid he'll be a little raucous.
Raucous? Me? Don't ever worry about Jerry Lewis being raucous. I'll make more noise than anyone there.
Oh. Now, Lucille. If you'll just tell us the address of the party, and by the way, Lucille, shall we dress?
Naturally, we don't want the cops.
Oh, the party sounds like it'll be a lot of fun, Lucille, and I'm sure we'll know exactly what to do.
Sure, we've been educated. You know, I worked my way through Harvard.
What?
Well, he did stumble his way through high school.
He looks more like he had to shoot his way out of kindergarten.
I'm really looking forward to this, Lucille.
Well, my house isn't one of those elaborate Hollywood mansions, Dean.
Oh, there's one thing, Jerry. If we decide to go in for a dip, be sure you don't go in the servants' swimming pool.
I'm sorry to butt in, but we go on the air in 30 seconds.
Okay, fine. Are you nervous, Jerry?
Me? Nervous?
20 seconds.
I'll be all right. I'll kill the people.
15 seconds.
Just let me at them.
10 seconds.
I'll fracture them.
5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3, 2.
I'll pulverize them.
The Martin and Lewis show is on the air.
Go ahead, Jerry. Start talking.
Yes, sir. A very funny thing happened to me on the way to the studio.
Well, come on, Lucille. Help me hold Jerry up and we'll do the song.
Okay, up he goes.
Up he goes.
If you got it, you don't need it.
If you need it, you don't got it.
You don't get it, shame on you.
Funny, funny, funny what money can do.
Ask the rich man, he'll confess. Money can't buy happiness.
Ask a poor man, he don't doubt.
But he'd rather be miserable with than without.
I love life and I want to live. I love life and I say.
Yeah, but I love life.
I know, but you don't have to spoil it for the rest of us.
If you spend it, please be wiser.
If you save it, you're a miser.
If you don't want it,
You're cuckoo.
Funny, funny, funny what money can do.
Gee, it's good to be home in bed. And, Dean, I'm sorry I messed up our radio program tonight.
forget it, Jerry. It's past midnight. Better get some sleep. Good night.
Good night.
Well, who could that be?
What do you want?
It's me, the maid. I'm sorry, but you'll have to get out of those beds.
Get out of bed? Why?
Well, you see, those beds are 6x3 beds. And this afternoon I made a mistake and I put on 7x4 sheets. And if I put the wrong sheets on your beds, the manager will say to me,
Look, miss, if I get up, I'll start walking the floor. And if I start walking the floor, I'll get into a bad humor. And when I go to embassy tomorrow, they'll say, Jerry Lewis, why did you faint on your radio program? And I'll say, who could help but fainting? I was excited. And they'll say, oh, talking back, eh? I guess you don't want to go on the radio very bad. And I'll say, and they'll say, and they'll fire me. It's people like you that cause unemployment.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
You've just heard the new Martin and Lewis show. If you enjoyed them, tune in again each Sunday night at the same time, and next week our guest will be Bob Hope. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.